Hey, good afternoon, and welcome to this week of child psychology. Here we go again. We're still on this journey to understand how is it that we grow to be adults, and what is it is part of childhood that helps to get to that point in being an adult. And so this week this last week we looked at a discussion where you're looking at an expert, Dr. Mayim Bialik, on parenting. And she has an interesting and occasionally, I would say, maybe different perspective. I think most of us grew up with parents who will emphasize certain things and sometimes emphasize them over and over again. And we probably, I think, grow to like that. We grow to get accustomed to that. And even if you say to yourself, well, I would never be a parent like that, then you get in that situation, maybe you do the same thing. A couple of people mentioned that, how parents act as models. And so, you may be thinking you're not telling your child something, but because you act a certain way, you are. Um, so let's just call out a couple of people. Megan, you made a really good point about that, how children copy us as the adults. And there is that emphasis that we need to remember on individuality, understanding that each child is a little different. And so we kind of really have to get to know them and watch what happens. Khadijah, you mentioned basically that children should be allowed to go at their own pace, and that we can't really, well, I don't know, our anxiety as adults sometimes is when we don't see children progressing at the pace that we want. In fact, as Marta, you pointed out that one of the worst things is to make a comparison between children, especially siblings, where they can see each other and react to that comparison. That right there could be a source of anxiety for the parents, for adults, because we see other children, and it's easy to say there's something wrong with my child because they're not moving at that same pace. Dr. Bialik pointed out something called narration and how we shouldn't be narrating to our children. Asia, I believe it is, you had an interesting disagreement point that you can see how narration is good. I guess the point is we see so many things in the world and we go, well, we care about our children, we love our children, so we really want our children to turn out all right and to come through this childhood really well. So it's easy for us to think, oh my gosh, I'm not seeing this happen. I need to make sure it happens, so that can cause us to nag and stuff like that. So anyway, I hope you enjoy this week. We are always really interested in trying to understand what is it that is making each of us as people the way we are. What is it that contributes to that psychology? And that's the psychology of the children that are important. So anyway, I hope you all have a great week. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next week.